Yo, shout out to everybody here in the building. I see Blazing, Joel, Drox, Cider, Jason, my boy, The Last, LV Maximus, Bobby. What's good with you, man? The Last, Don 510, a cooking nomad, thick frame E. Shout out to Make It Happen, man. Happy birthday, my brother. You guys, welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider. I want to talk, you guys. You know what I mean? I took a day and a half off, you know what I mean, kicking with the family or whatnot, handle some things. But I'm here. I'm in the house, you guys. You know what I mean? The Wi-Fi is bugging out there. So we're here right now. But I want to talk about the defense. I want to talk about a few other things outside of, you guys know, you guys see the title, you see the thumbnail. This is going to be a challenge for me, but we're here for it. I cannot mention this entire live, you guys. So, yeah, we're going to see how this goes. Shout out to The Last, Down 510. I see you, bro. Tootsie's in the building. Freight Train. Eddie, man, what's good with you, my guy? Eddie from the Bay, always supporting, man. You already know what time it is. I'm going to put your comments up, you guys. Understand this, but it does not mean that I need to read it because I can't say those words. So, yeah, we're here for it. Oh, real quick as well, you guys. We are bringing back the fan shows every Friday night. The fan shows are only members only, you guys. We're going to be doing mock drafts, talk about free agency, talk about the games. We'll do about a 30-45 minute every Friday night. If you want to become a member, I'm going to try and bring as many people on as the screen as possible on Friday nights. But I want to give you guys the floor. Okay, so if you guys want to get a chance to jump on screen, come talk that shit with me, man. We're bringing back the fan shows. It's members only every Friday night. If you want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. And it's also one of the best ways to support the channel. And also, Oaklosvegas.com. New merch is on deck. Shout out to everybody, man, that's been supporting the movement. Let me see. Yeah, Gas. Look, that's what I'm getting for Christmas, brother. Trust me, man. We have so many different things going on. My wife has 2 computers in the room for work. My grandmother, she's here for a few months. She's using her phone and iPad. My sons are using her. It's just so much shit going on in here, man. The Wi-Fi is just all over the place. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. Let me see. You just got insurance. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Let me see. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm letting everybody pull in real quick, and we're definitely going to get to shooting this shit, man. Let me see. Eddie from the Bay. Sorry, I believe this regime is going to move on from. I just have a feeling, bro. I'm here to talk about defense, Eddie. I'm here to talk about everything else, but don't make me do it, man. I got a bet going on with Graham Cam right now, my dog, man. He said he'll give me $30 if I don't mention. Shout out to Roseline. I like this. You know why? Because, to be real, I was frustrated, right? The offense, defense, coaching, everything with that Rams game. I was just completely pissed off about every part of that game. You know what I'm saying? Defensive, like I said, offensively, defensively, everything outside of, pretty much our kickers at this point. You know what I'm saying? But I have to say this. Going back and watching a lot of that tape, watching, Mad Max getting held in the end zone, where I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but, there is a rule in the NFL that there's a holding call in the end zone. It is a safety. I think that would have saved us the game right there. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'm one of them people where I don't think it should have came down to that at all, but we were still stripped of a victory. Okay. We were definitely still stripped of a victory. Max Crosby was being held hostage in the end zone. That is a clear safety. Clear. But, we don't get those kind of calls. But what's funny is, though, man, Roseline, now, the media and everyone else is starting to speak out on it. And I don't really take, I look at it from a standpoint of, it's funny that the John Gruden situation comes out of, Washington, that same day. And you know what? I'm going to do this real quick. Look, because I've been having a lot of people in the chat saying, that, the NFL is scripted, right? It's scripted, man. This shit always happens, with the Raiders, blase blah. I'm trying to find this. Where is it at? Let me see. I found this really, really interesting, you guys. Right here. NFL writers messed up and used the same script in back-to-back games. So the previous, what was it, Thursday night game? The Saints in Tampa Bay, right? Or was that Monday night? No, Monday night game. I'm sorry. Fourth quarter, 8 minutes and 2 seconds to go. Will Lutz, field goal kicker, 29-yard field goal with 8 minutes left. Us, 12 minutes left. Daniel Carlson, 36-yard field goal. Okay. 3 minutes left in the game. Cam Akers, 1 yard run, 1 yard touchdown for the Rams. 3 minutes left. Cade Otton, 1 yard pass, a TD from Tom Brady. 3 seconds left. Rachaad White, 6 yard pass from Tom Brady. Touchdown to win the game. 10 seconds left. Van Jefferson, touchdown from Baker Mayfield to win the game. 17-16. Tampa over New Orleans. 17-16. Rams over the Raiders. Think about that. I'm not taking it away from us being ass. I think we're just not that good of a team and we're not ready yet. You know what I'm saying? But, it's funny now, man, that the media is starting to really finally take hold of this. Like, you know what, man, this is not cool at all. This is not cool. At the end of the day, if you have to win a close game, it happens in the NFL. You know what I mean? And I know it shouldn't have came down to that, but at the end of the day, that should have been called a safety. We should have got the ball back and we could have ran out the clock and won that game. Period, point blank, at the end. And guess what happens at that, you guys? We're 1 game back at that point. The Jets lost like yesterday. We'd be 1 game back of them, and I believe the Chargers, because they're 7-6 right now, right? Think about that. We would be 1 game out of the that last playoff spot if we would have pulled that off. You know why, Graham? Because he's a Raider. He's already used to it. He knows what's up. Trust and believe when Max got drafted, all of our alumni guys spoke to him like, look, being a Raider in the NFL is different. And I don't know if you guys know, because I've been really close to the team. I've seen a lot of things go on. The alumni they're very, very close-knit with what's going on with this franchise. You know what I'm saying? They're on the field. They're talking to these players left and right. They're trying to pick their brain. They're trying to make sure they stay out of trouble on, off the field, and trying to make sure that they're, motivated and you know what I mean, and on schedule on the field. Okay. And I know that Max Crosby knows the mystique already about being a Raider. We're not going to get those kind of calls, but now it's becoming kind of old, you guys. Like, I mean, look, Max is getting held over and over. I seen a video on TikTok of a Kansas City Chiefs fan saying, I hate the Raiders. I can't stand them. But they were robbed of a victory in LA because they were holding Max over and over and over again. And when you hear Chiefs fans say that type of shit, you know what type of time it is, right? I still believe that had a terrible game for us at quarterback. And I believe that Patrick Graham called the worst defensive calling you could ever see in life when you have a team on the ropes and they need 98 yards with no timeouts left. So, it's a mixture of things. It's definitely a mixture of things. But like I said, when you got Chiefs fans, you got media pundits, you got all these guys that are screaming out that we're getting robbed left and right, and we're getting held blatantly and all that other shit. Yeah, man, you have to start questioning at this point, right? You really do. So I know a lot of people are mad at Tillery. I know a lot of people are mad at Klee, mad at Max, with the, the neutral zone infraction call, you know what I mean? And all the other stuff. I get it. But at the end of the day, you guys, that was a depleted Rams team. I know every game in the NFL is tough to win. Every one of them are tough to win. But come on, man. It should have never came down to that. We should have been destroying those guys. It should have been 20 plus, 30 something to 3 at some point in the fourth quarter. Real talk. You know, real talk. Yes, Patrick Graham pulled a Greg Williams last Thursday. Facts. For those who don't know what 207 is talking about, he's talking about Greg Williams, the Jets' former defensive coordinator, that called that. What did he call on that Henry Ruggs TD to win the game? 207. What was it? What did he call? I forgot what he did. But it was just one of the worst drawn up defensive plays you could ever call in that situation. I forgot what it was. I forgot what did he do? What did he do? I totally forgot. Was it a cover zero? I think cover zero. Cover zero. He called a cover zero with one of the best speedster on the outside. A cover zero. There we go. Everybody's calling cover zero. Yep, there we go. A cover zero. Crazy. And look at Graham. And then you guys wonder why I question this franchise and their real motives, right? Patrick Graham, now I'm looking at it from a standpoint of, are you a good coach? Like, are you? Because, I mean, you cannot trust a UDFA on the outside like Webb in that kind of situation. I don't care if it's Van Jefferson. I don't care if it's whoever. I don't care if it's another UDFA wide receiver. I do not trust Webb out there by himself on the last play of a game. It's crazy, man. It really is. So, Graham, you know, you got to hold that. You definitely got to hold that, man. That was terrible, terrible coaching by Patrick Graham in the fourth quarter when the Rams needed 98 yards to win that game. I understand that, Paul. I get it. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, if you're gassed, cool. But at least if you're gassed, you know, play a defense that's not going to leave you exposed out there. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Look, this is the NFL, bro. Like, Paul, you know what I mean, bro? Like, these guys are going to be gassed over and over and over again. It's football. At the end of the day, it's football. The offense, the defense, everybody. But at the end of the day, you gotta clean that up, man. You gotta clean that up. And for Patrick Graham to not be fired after that game speaks volumes about what this coaching staff is doing moving forward. These guys have an idea of what they want to do, and that's what they're doing. Let me see. I don't know who that is, Miro. I don't know who that is, but we definitely have someone at QB, you know what I mean, that can get better in the red zone. Definitely. But I don't know who that is. You talking about Washington? You talking about a state? I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about. The penalties and the play calling was hard to overcome. Definitely, man. Definitely. But you have to agree with this, Hicks. You're getting paid millions upon millions of dollars. You have to work with what is being called at the end of the day. Period, point blank, the end. The coaching staff is going to make the calls. You have to make the plays. I repeat, the coaching staff is going to make the calls. You have to go out and make the plays. And I'm going to tell you right now, that pick in the end zone totally took every piece of trust, you know, that Josh McDaniels had for it, and it showed in the second half. Like them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please hit that subscribe button. Also, once again, we are bringing back the fan shows, you guys. We'll be doing members-only fan shows every Friday night. We're going to be doing mock drafts, doing free agency talk. If you want to become a member of the channel, hit the link up top. It's already pinned up there. It's one of the best ways to support the channel. In Oaklosvegas.com. Go get you some gear. I just dropped some new stuff on the site, and it's dope as hell. Let me see. Yes, Gio, this is facts. But it goes both ways. It goes both ways. It goes both ways, Gio. You know what I mean? Like, let's just be real. I've seen this team beat the Chiefs with one of the worst defensive coordinators I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? The players went out there and did whatever. That defense didn't work on anybody else but them all season long. You know what I'm saying? Like, the players are a mirror of the coaches, but the coaches is also, you know, they need the right players to get it together. It goes both ways. Shout to Riddles, man. Bro, this is where I disagree with you. A coach's job is to put the players in the best position to be successful. I agree. It's like management at a regular 9 to 5. I agree. But also, I can't speak on certain people today. But all I'm going to say is this. Josh Jacobs was hurt. Clearly hurt. They had to pop his finger back in place. He had to run in the locker room, do all that. You got, you know, a run, you know, so he can't do nothing. You got Zeus that can't do shit. At this point, it just seems like he's just going to run into his blockers for the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was high on Zeus, very high on Zeus. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, I mean, he has a lot to learn at the NFL level. You know what I mean? And he wasn't playing his part. You know what I'm saying? Because if he was, I think that Josh would, I think Josh McDaniels would have sat Josh Jacobs. Like, look, man, don't run him 20 plus times when he's out there hurting. You know what I'm saying? Zeus wasn't playing his part. You know what I'm saying? Some of these other wide receivers were not. Look, in the second half, man, you look at some of these guys, you know, Mac Hollins had a hell of a first half. You know what I'm saying? Devontae had what, 2 receptions for over 30 yards. I think he had what, 70 plus receiving yards this game. And then you kind of just go away from it, right? Because once again, the players, when a coach starts to lose trust in a player, he has to kind of back. You know what I mean? And what has been our bread and butter all year long, you guys? It's been Josh Jacobs. He is the reason why we are winning games. It's Josh Jacobs and it's Devontae Adams. So Josh went back to what has been working all year long. It just did not work in the second half. And the problem was Josh refused to go back to his QB because he lost trust in him in that second quarter right before the half. This season has been a nightmare. I can't wake up. This is facts, Jose. Shout out to my dog. Facts. Shout out to Mondo. The triple coverage to Mac in the end zone. Bye. Shout out to my dog, man. Shout out to Mondo. Look, bro. At the end of the day, man, I'm trying to watch my words, you guys, today, because I have to do a full hour without talking about certain people. So, but I hear you, Mondo. I hear you, Mondo. Shout out to Roseline. Stop hoping on Brady. He just got killed by Purdy. Well, also, Purdy and Goff outplayed our guy. But I ain't saying no names, though. Shout out to Roseline. Shout out to Maul. Never thought the Lions would be better than us. Hey, and man, facts. And Maul, don't they have where's the Lions defense rated? Is it somewhere in the 20 range? Like 20, 21? I think we're like 31st in the NFL, right? But like, isn't Detroit somewhere in that 20 to 21 range defensively? Goff has looked like a dog this year. Goff has went out there and balled out. You know, they just got J-Mo back. He went out there and played his first game. 31st, 32nd. There you go, Primos. They got some weapons, man. Swift, you know, Saint, man. You know, dude, like Detroit is on. They're on their way. They're on their way. They're on their way, and they're really well coached. Thick Frame E says Minnesota has the 31st ranked defense and they're 10-3. Say that again, Thick Frame. Say that again. I didn't talk about anybody. Louis, I don't know what you're talking about. But I have no idea what you were talking about at all. Let me see. Let me see. Lions defense is 32nd in points allowed with, I believe, 30 plus a game. And they're out there firing on all cylinders offensively. I thought that's what we were going to do this year. Aren't the Lions like 6-7 right now, Primos? I thought that's what we were going to be doing. I thought we were going to have to rely heavily on this O. You know, the defense was just going to be the defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, just hope they can make some big plays here and there to put the ball back in the offense's hands. I never assumed this defense was going to be anything than what it is right now. To be real, I didn't think that. I just thought this, you know what I mean, high powered. And mind you, you know, we play a lot of games this season without Waller and Renfro. We have not had all hands on deck. So I get that. But look, man, do you really need Waller and Renfro when your running back is running like a madman and you have a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL right now statistically? Shout out to Black Sunday. Docs, explain to me the best wide receiver in the whole second half not getting one target. Well, he did the last target of the game, Black Sunday. It didn't matter at that point, though. We had already lost. It ended up being a pick. But I believe Devontae was the one that was pinpointed on that pass. Isn't that trying to lose? Yeah, I know Mac didn't get any targets. That's like not giving Kobe the ball for a whole quarter. Talk that shit, Black Sunday. Talk. Shout out to my dog, man. Shout out to my dog. Shout out to Kenny Raiders. That's facts, though. Black Sunday. Just pathetic Thursday night. Baker threw for more yards in the fourth quarter than threw for a whole game. I'm just going to sip my coffee, man. I don't know who you're talking about, Kenny. But shout out to you, my brother. As always, I have no clue who you were talking about. And this is another thing, Watts. This is another thing. This happens consistently with this offense. We blew a game against the Chiefs because Devontae and Hunter Renfro decided on running into each other, you know, pretty much the last chance that we had, the last hurrah, you know, against KC at Arrowhead. When is this going to stop? Let me ask you this, Watts. Do you blame that on coaching or do you blame that on the players not getting down the scheme? Because I want to say this, and I don't want to throw any conspiracy theories out there, you know what I mean? But when did this oblique injury happen with Hunter Renfro? Like, when did it happen? Like when did he sustain that, right? Because I feel like it just came out of nowhere, in which most injuries do. But I feel like they're sitting Waller for next year. He's getting the playbook down. They're sitting Renfro down because, you know, he's not been the same this season at all. You know what I mean? Let him get the playbook down. Because look, this playbook is very, very intricate. But you got to stop blaming everything on the coaching staff. At some point, these guys got to know what routes they're asked to run. It's the NFL, y'all. It's the NFL, man. It's the NFL. Period, point blank. And I've seen Josh McDaniels' offense go in the NFL before. I mean, go to the point where they won 6 championships type shit. So these players need to get it. They need to get together, man. Spend more time in that playbook, man, and less time in these studios, you know what I'm saying, and these commercials and all this other shit. Get in your playbooks, man. Nobody's bigger than the Shield. I don't know who that you're talking about. Gotta go, but I hear you. My dog. Shout out to 878, man. My brother Intel, man. What's good with you, King? I appreciate you, brother, as always, man. Shout out to you, my dog. Shout out to you, my dog. I appreciate you, King. For real, for real. As always, shout out to my boy Intel. Let me get this person up out of here because I don't know that guy you're talking about. All I seen was you mentioning me and Wasted's name. I didn't know who the guy you were talking about. Let me see. Once again, Intel, man, love you, my brother. Appreciate you, King, as always, my brother. For real, for real. Shout out to Mr. Roy. The thing is, you don't have to trade for a Bridgewater or a Brady. They're both free agents. But you can definitely go draft a QB. You can definitely go draft a QB. I think you need to grab a veteran and go grab one in the draft. In one of my latest mock drafts, I think I got Bo Nix in like the 4th round. Shout out to my boy Thor, man. Big bro in the building. But you don't have to trade for Bridgewater or Brady. They're both free agents. Exactly, Graham Cam. These guys should already know. These guys should already know. Learning the system is no longer an excuse after seeing what Baker Mayfield did in 36 hours. Dog, you see Purdy, bruh. He said he just wanted to keep scoring points. How does a rookie have a killer mindset but not? That boy was out there cooking, bruh. That boy was out there cooking, bruh. Shout out to Roseline. Stop the Brady talk. He's not coming. It's like hoping for Ruggs to come back. I don't think so. Well, the thing is this. Brady is definitely an option. They're already saying that he's already looking at another year. Don't get me wrong. He's not having a great year by any stretch with Tampa Bay right now. They have a lot of injuries over there, and he has not looked too well this year. I don't know if that changes coming back to a system that he's pretty much played in his whole career. Maybe. But that's definitely a better chance of getting Brady than you would get Ruggs. Ruggs will probably never play it down again in the NFL. You know what I mean? But shout out to my dog Roseline. Let me see, man. Shout out to Mark Davis, man. Let's talk about putting Oaklosvegas in some of my stores, maybe even the stadium, man. Yeah, man. Hit my people, man. My people will hit you, man. We'll definitely chop game, Mark. Shout out to my dog, Mark, the illest bowl cut in Nebraska. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to Primo. Someone just joined Russell Wilson and Peyton Manning as the only QBs of passing for 3,000 yards in their first 9 seasons. I don't know who that is, but he must be elite. Put it with those guys. Yeah, Primo. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know who that is, but that's fucking dope. That is dope. You ever heard of Primos? You ever heard of blue balls? You ever heard of blue balls? You ever heard of getting to third base and not scoring? You ever heard of that? You ever heard of blue balls? Like, it's like get to first base, you get to second base, you know what I'm saying? You get to doing all that other stuff. You get to third base and then boom, you don't score? Man, it's a cold game, huh? We got a cold case of blue balls on our hands, man. Pause. I really think 12 is, hey, it's definitely a possibility, Black Sunday. Who's to say, though? We may still run it back with the guy that we have. You know what I mean? I don't know. Shout out to my boy Black Sunday. That's definitely realistic, though. I'd kill for Caleb Williams to be a Raider. Me too. Definitely would. But the thing is this. You're not going to get him. We're not going to get him. Because this coaching staff at this point, you'd have to shit the bed once again next season. And Josh McDaniels can't afford to do that. You can't afford to do that. His head will be on a stick at that point. He'd be fired. You know what I mean? So it's just Caleb Williams would be going to the worst team in the NFL next season that needs a quarterback. You know what I mean? It's just not going to happen. You can't literally shit the bed 2 years in a row and expect Josh McDaniels to be back. I think he knows his job is on the line if he doesn't succeed next year, after a full draft and a full free agency. Let me see. And we are drafting at this point, you guys. If the draft started today, we will be drafting at number 8 now. So we're going back down. We went from like 3, 4 to 10, and now we're at 8. So I'll tell you one thing. I would love to get the Patriots the fuck out of here on Sunday, though. I'll tell you that. I promise you that. Would love to get them up out of here, man. So, but we shall see what happens, man. I just don't understand the nation's reluctance to move on from Raul. You caught on, my brother. He may be a great dude, but we need a dog. We know his ceiling and his average. Raul, there you go. Shout out to my boy Raul. I don't know who you're talking about, but I hear you, bro. Shout out to my boy Raul. Raul. Shout out to Big Mike. QB, that should not be blue balls extraordinaire. You guys, once again, I'm in my room. You know, the garage, man, the Wi-Fi is tripping, man. So I'm in here doing my thing today. Let me see. Raider Manny. If Brady becomes a Raider, imagine the bullshit takes coming from Skip's mouth. This is facts. Could you imagine Skip literally being all over us left and right? That shit in pause. But that would be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. because we all know he's a Cowboys fan, but he's a Tom Brady fan. Let me see. Some mocks have us taking Will Levis. I'm hoping for Brian Brees. I just think D is more important right now. Yeah, Mr. Nick, you can't take a quarterback in this draft now if the two guys, if Young is gone, if CJ Stroud, if you wanted to take a flyer on Stroud, you know what I'm saying? Like, those guys are off the board. You can't waste a first round pick now on a QB. You can't do it. Now you got to go mid round. You got to go mid round. Earliest, third round. You know what I mean? You can go get a Hendon Hooker because, his ACL, he can sit for a year and read that playbook. You know what I mean? You can go get, a Bo Nix potentially if he comes out in the draft this season, this year. You know what I mean? Like, there's other guys that you can get. You know what I mean? So, mid-round guys. At this point, man, I'm looking at if we can still fall down, if we do fall down the ladder a little bit more, Jalen Carter is still an option. He's still an option. And that is my favorite player in this draft, period. Him, Joey Porter Jr., and I love Will Levis, but I know he's still more of a project. You know what I'm saying? But I just love the measurables. I love, the arm strength. I just, he needs to get it together in here. Let me see. Anthony Richardson, Florida, definitely. I like his game as well. Spencer, that's a polarizing name, Rick. That's a polarizing name right there, bro. That's definitely a polarizing name. And that's a name to keep an eye on, man, because he transferred and he hasn't been looking too bad out there in South Carolina. So, I don't know. Maybe you look at a Spencer Rattler in those mid to later rounds if he's still available. Shout out to Alexander. How many fans truly believe we can win with the top QB, whether it's Brady, Mahomes, Allen, or in the draft, comparing their level of coaching / defense? Let me break that down one more time, Alexander. I want to see what you're trying to say, fam. How many fans truly believe we can win? We can win with the top QB? Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely. Or in the draft, comparing their level of coaching. Give me a little bit more of what you're trying to say, Alexander, because, I mean, these days, you look back at all these Super Bowls as of late, and they're all superstar quality quarterbacks that have won. The Bradys, the Patrick Mahomes, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are guys. It's been a while since you've seen a Nick Foles or like Trent Dilfer or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's been a long time since you've seen those kind of names win championships. You know what I mean? As of late, it's been, the Russell Wilsons, the Bradys, the Mahomes, you know what I mean? So Stafford, you know what I mean? And he might be one of those guys on the edge of superstar and mediocrity, right? Or star and mediocrity. But I think at this point in today's NFL, it's like the NBA. You need some superstars, man. You need some superstars around. And we got some on the defensive side of the ball. We got Max Crosby. Chandler Jones is picking it up now. You know what I mean? And I think Nate Hobbs will be one. I know he had a bad game this past week, but I think he will be one. And then you got a bunch of them on the offensive side of the ball. Wilder, Renfro, Josh, Devontae. I can only imagine what we can do with a top-notch QB. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Maul. Lions got the number 3 pick. They're taking Carter to go. Oh, my God, bro. Oh, my God, dog. Can you imagine that? Holy shit. That defensive line in Detroit. Wow. That's scary. They're only going to get better, Maul. Because at this point, they're probably not even going QB. They're probably going to stick with Jared Goff. He's got the system down. He's out there looking really good with those guys. They may just keep Goff around. Damn. That's scary. I hope Detroit goes QB or goes another route and just Jalen Carter falls down the board. That's scary. But you know what? We'll be drafting before Detroit anyway. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Detroit has whose pick? Whose pick does Detroit have? Who they got? The Philly? They got whose pick does Detroit have? The Rams? The Rams, right? Don't they have the Rams? Yeah, they have the Rams pick. They have the Rams pick. And then Seattle has Denver's. Yeah, the Rams. Yep. Untouchable. You're not getting that for a 30-year-old tight end, bro. You're not. I would love it. I would love that. If we can get either one of them, that'd be great. Art says A's just trade. I'm not shocked. The A's trade everybody, Art. We don't keep anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like we groom them and get rid of them. That's what happens. That's what we do. It's like we have a litter of puppies, you know, feed them, get them right, sell them. That's all the A's do. I would too, Evans. I definitely would. I would definitely take a third for sure. No, who said anything about being a GM? I'm a fan. Who said anything about being a GM? I can't talk my team. I can't talk about the Raiders. I mean, you here. You here. Fuck you talking about. Shout out to Mondo. Alex Bars was missed this game. Simpson sucked. Yep. And he lost. And he lost his job because of it. Facts. Think about that's crazy to think that Alex Bars was missed. I thought we would never put those words together, Mondo. Alex Bars was missed. That's crazy. And people were killing him all season long. Oh, man. Anthony, I would love to do that, but they wouldn't. I would love to do that. JC Horn. Whoo. Young corner. I would love it. I would love it. Let me see. Noah, why are you here then, bro? Why are you here? Let me see. Shout out to Mike Mayhem. What up, Docs? Checking in from Woodland, California. Shout to Woodland, man. I used to work out there. I used to work at the Costco out there in Woodland, man. Shout out to Woodland. Let me see. KP, you stupid. If Alex Bars doesn't go down, Simpson would still have a job. This is factory outlet, bro. Factory. That shit is hilarious, bro. Let me see. Yeah, AV. I really don't get it, bro. We had a chance to trade him for a second to Green Bay. Graham Cam, you know you didn't have to do that, my brother. But you definitely lost this bet. Shout out to my brother Graham Cam, man, for holding up his end of the bargain. My brother, you know you didn't have to do that, though. Definitely, man. Definitely. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. But moving forward, you guys, I'm going to say this. Looking at this draft, I love what it provides defensively. And I want to start talking more about this defense. We need some linebackers. You know what I mean? We desperately need some linebackers. We need some more corners desperately. You know what I mean? Even without Rocky Sin out there, it looked ugly Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Like Baker Mayfield on 24-hour notice just went out there and cooked these boys. You know what I mean? And like I said, even A. Hobbs had a bad game. You know what I mean? We need some corners. We need some fresh linebackers. I like Luke Masterson. I love Graham's cousin. You know what I mean? Daniel Butler. You know what I'm saying? I think giving him a chance a little bit more. I know everybody cries about him being undersized and the UDFA out of Arizona State. I don't care about that. I'm a fan of Butler. And I want these guys to succeed. But I want one of those guys that are just a dog at the linebacker position. And that's what I'm looking at. We need a dog at the linebacker position, and we need a cold corner. Cold corner in this draft, whether it was Joey Porter or what's old boy name in South Carolina? Is it Cam Smith? Cam Smith, right? Dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need one of those type of guys. We need one of those type of guys. Shout out to my brother Graham Cam, man. Shout out to Hawk. Why does every time they put the camera on Patrick Graham, he looks like Cuba Gooding Jr. in the movie Radio when he was on the sideline? Stupid, bro. Stupid. Oh, shit. I'm asking how many fans, shout out to Alexander. I'm asking how many fans think a top QB would thrive here, going from Belichick, Reed, Tomlin, McVay. Oh, that's a very good question. Top defenses to the coaches we've had and consistently bottom defenses. If we get a vet, go for Lamar. The problem with Lamar is, though, Alexander, you got to pay him $50 million. That's probably going to be $45 to $50 million a year. You know what I'm saying? And top quarterbacks are top quarterbacks, right? There's certain guys like Josh Allen is a dog. I think anywhere he goes, he's going to kill it regardless. Same thing with Patrick Mahomes. I think he learned a lot, being under, you know what I mean, Alex Smith for a few years, and then, you know, and being groomed by Andy Reid, definitely. But I think at this point, you could put Patrick Mahomes anywhere and he'll cook. He's just that kind of player. You know what I mean? Most of these star guys, you know, I mean, I know Tampa built a mean defense down there, right? But shit, Tom Brady went over there and won a championship. You know what I mean? So, and the thing is this, Alexander, that you fail to mention also, if you get a top tier quarterback, other talent follows. Other talent follows. That means that other players are going to want to play for the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if we had a Patrick Mahomes as a Raider, people are going to be like, oh, I want to go play with him. You know what I'm saying? Or if we have a Josh Allen, you never know. You know what I mean? Shit, Diggs me like, get me out of here. I want to go to Vegas. You just never know. I mean, we're not going to afford Devontae and Diggs, but you get what I'm saying, right? You know what I mean? Great players follow great players, especially GOATs, you know, like a Tom Brady and those kind of talents. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Mariota's out for the season. Black Smop. Hey, man. Shout out to Mariota. Let me see. I gotta go pick up my sons here in a few minutes. Y'all want to do a quick? Let's do a quick mock. Y'all want to do a quick mock just for the fuck of it? Just for the fuck of it? Let's do a quick mock draft. And we definitely got through a whole show, you guys, without mentioning. That's fire. That is fire. All right, let me get this out of here. Let me get this out of here. Oaklosvegas.com, you guys. Go grab some merch for your family for Christmas, man. We just put up some new stuff. Got some fire shit up there, man. Go check it out. All right, let me all right. 7 rounds. Fast. Raiders. Boom. Let's draft. All right, let's do this real quick, y'all. Let me present this real fast. I love doing these mock drafts, man. This shit's fun as hell, man. Let me see. All right. Okay, well, no trades, you guys. No trades. We're going to reject this, reject that. Damn, Jalen Carter went 1 pick before? Oh, my God, bro. There's no way. This is why I was cool with the tank. Because, bro, a generational talent just went right before us, bro. That shit is crazy. Let me bring these up off real quick, y'all. Let me read this real fast, and then we'll go. If we move on from, there's Lamar's money. Well, no, you got to add another 20-piece special, Alexander, on top of that. You go from 30 million to 50 million for Lamar. So, you know, there you go. Shout out to my boy Alexander. I appreciate you, fam. Let me shout out to ML real quick. Let's do this. What are we doing right now, y'all? Best players on the board: Myles Murphy, edge out of Clemson. Anthony Richardson. At this point, I think it's too early to draft a quarterback. You see Bryce is off the board. CJ's off the board. Damn, Noah Sewell's off the board. Brian Breesy. I'm not really a big fan of him, man. The defensive tackle out of Clemson. I'm not a fan out of him. But I see my guy. I see Joey Porter Jr. and I see Cam Smith. I think this is a perfect time to go get another corner to match up with Nate Hobbs, and you have both of your corners of the future. Yes, Will Levis is on the board, but I'm not taking a quarterback right here. I'm either taking Cam Smith out of South Carolina or I'm taking Joey Porter Jr. Where are we going? Because I'm not a big fan of Brian Brees. Look, you guys, we just drafted Matthew Butler and Neil Farrell give these guys a little time to you know, get this shit together too. You know what I'm saying? Like there's still going to be another guy that I like out of USC that's still going to be available in the second round. So what I'm going to do is, I know it, I love this guy. It's one of my favorite players in the draft. I'm going Joey Porter Jr. We're keeping it defense, you guys. We're keeping this shit defense. Reject this. Boom. Oh, Emmanuel Forbes, another corner out of Mississippi State. I'm a huge fan of him. You can get another corner. And hey, what do y'all think about this? What are you thinking about potentially going, let Rocket Sin go? You don't have to pay him big money. And you can go get a Forbes. You got 2 of your outside guys. You can move Nate Hobbs back in the inside. I'm just saying, you can get 2 corners right now to match up against Patrick Mahomes, Herbert, and the Russell Wilsons of the world. You can get 2 guys. I love Emmanuel Forbes. I think he's a dog. And then you could put Nate Hobbs, put him back to where he needs to be. Let me see. Forbes is the best cover corner. Mr. Nick, he's a dog. He's a dog. See? Hey, man, look. Think about it. He's the best player on the board right now. Darnell Washington, it'd be easy to be like, oh, I'll go for a 6'7" tight end out of Georgia. But we're not going to do that. I'm going to keep it like this, you guys. I like Kensey. I can't see out of Pittsburgh. Oh, no, he's not the best player on the board. I'm tripping. Well, best rated player on the board. It's Gervin Dexter. Dexter's nice, too. Oh, man. Y'all going to hate me, man. I'm going to get another corner. I went and got 2 corners. I like Dexter out of Florida, but I just don't. I like Overshawn too. I linebacker out of Texas. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky here, you guys. There's Braylon Trice out of Washington, another edge, but we don't really need an edge because we know Max and Chandler are both under contract. I like Jair Brown out of Penn State too. We can go safety here, you guys. Ivan Pace Jr., I like him, linebacker out of Cincinnati. Let me see. Bo Nix is there, y'all. Bo Nix is there. Byron Young, defensive tackle. Let me look at we're in the 3rd round right now, right? Let me look at QBs. Cameron Ward, Tanner McKee, Jaron Hall out of BYU. What do y'all want to do? What do y'all want to do? Look, I'm thinking go get Bo. Get you a guy that can sit for a year, learn under a veteran. That's your, get you a bridge guy. Oh, I like Malik Cunningham too. I'm going Bo Nix, man. And my guy out of USC is going to be available right here. Watch, y'all. Watch this. Watch this. Boop. Got my dog. Let's go. I know a lot of people have him going anywhere from the 2nd round to the 6th round, but I got my boy TT, and I call him TT because I don't want to beat up his name. That's why. Totally in the 4th, man. Let's go. Let's go. I love that. I love that. Let me see. This is where we got to get a linebacker, man. Dorian Williams out of Tulane. Okay. I like Deshaun Pace. Cam Jones. Let me see. I like Cam Arnold out of Boston College. I'm going to go. I like Dorian Williams too out of Tulane. We got to get a linebacker here, you guys. We got to get a linebacker. I like Pace. I do like Pace. I like Cam Jones too. I like the young kid out of Tulane though, man. I might take Dorian Williams, man. I know it's a smaller school, but Tulane had a hell of a year. I'm gonna go with Dorian Williams out of Tulane, and then we got back-to-back picks, you guys, so we can get another linebacker here. We can get another linebacker, or we can go O-line. Let's go to all real quick and see what we got. We can always use another safety too. Trey Dean the 3rd. Let me see. Alex Forsythe out of Oregon. Zach Pickens, DT out of South Carolina. Let me see. Oh, damn. Corey Trice is still on the board. Corner out of Purdue, but we don't need another corner. Colby Wooden, but we don't need another defensive tackle. What do y'all want to do here, y'all? What do y'all want to do? Let's take an O-lineman. Let's take an O-lineman. Let's go get my guy out of you take Forsythe. What? Man. You got to move Andre. Nah, let me see. Jordan McFadden, offensive tackle. Derek Hall. I'm gonna go safety. I like Trey Dean, but I don't. That's not my guy. I like Jay Ward out of LSU. Damn, man. What do y'all want to do? I'm gonna take a receiver later. I'm taking a receiver later. We got one LB. Let's go look at another LB, man. We can always use another linebacker, though. I'm getting my boy Pace, man. I'm getting Pace out of Cincinnati. You got 2 linebackers. You got 2 corners, you guys. And you got a defensive tackle. That already builds up your team right there. Now you can go get an OT if you want. I'm going to get a safety. Walcott is on there from Baylor. Boy, fast as shit. DeMarco Helms. Ooh, I like him too. Let's go receiver. Let's go get a receiver. Let's get Ronnie Bell. Jaden Hasselwood. What do y'all want to do? What do y'all want to do? You want to go get Ronnie Bell out of Michigan? I like Ronnie Bell. Nathaniel Dale from Houston. Okay, I like him too. Jason, this is facts. All right, y'all saying safety. Let's go get a safety. Fuck it. All right, let's go get a safety. I'll get the best one on the board. I'll get Walcott. All right, this right here was where you can start, playing around a little bit right here. Got our safety, we got our corners, we got our linebackers, we got a defensive tackle. We can always get another one. I like Fabian Lovett. Not really though. He's cool. Jalen Green, another safety. All right, let's go to all. I like Payne Durham too. I'm gonna get Ronnie Bell, man. Let's go get a receiver. 6-foot receiver out of Michigan. And last pick, you guys. Let's go get an O-lineman. Connor Pay out of BYU. I can't never say this dude's name. 6'6", 315. Doug Nestor out of West Virginia. Guard or a tackle, you guys. Guard or a tackle. I'm gonna take a guard. Doug Nestor right here, because Alex Bars is not going to be a guy that's probably going to return and be able to repeat what he's done here and there. Go get a guard. So there we go. Joey Porter Jr., Emmanuel Forbes, bruh. Our cornerback room is crazy with them two. You got Amit coming back. You got Nate Hobbs. I like that. That's a mean corner room right there. You need some mean corners in this league to match up with those DNs that we have. And then we went and got a defensive tackle. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Bo Nix could be the future at the quarterback position. Dorian Williams, linebacker out of Tulane. Another linebacker, Deshaun Pace out of Cincinnati. Al Walcott, safety out of Baylor. Ronnie Bell, wide receiver out of Michigan. Doug Nestor out of West Virginia. There we go. Have some fun. We're going to be doing these all season long, all off season long. But, the more homework we do on a lot of these players after the bowl games, it's going to be a lot. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to be able to really, really, really look more in depth after the bowl games. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned for that at the top of the year. With that being said, you guys, love y'all. Appreciate you guys. Wipe them feet. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please hit that subscribe button. Also, Oaklosvegas.com. And we're going to start doing the fan shows again every Friday night, you guys. It's members only. If you want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. One of the best ways to support the channel. You can jump on in with us and we can do some mock drafts. We can talk free agency, whatever you want to do. It's all good. On the way out, shout to Graham Cam. Docs, what happened to Graham saying yes when asked about, oh my God, bro. Haven't seen 3 linebackers on the field yet. And you know why Graham Cam knows that? Because Butler is his cousin, and he's been looking at those linebackers all season long, and that's factory outlet, Graham. You ain't never lied, my brother. I have no clue, man. With that being said, man, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Let me go get my kids. I'm out of here, man. One.